This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion following day 2 of the NHL draft, the final day of the NHL draft, in which, well, how much happened? Not much, but I think we'll break it down right away here clearly in terms of the Oilers probably playing it as safe as they can. And this is the part that is going to be the hard pill to swallow, in the fact that playing it safe is actually what the fans didn't want the Oilers to do. But, right, you sit here and I tear myself apart saying something like that, because yes, 100% we all wanted them to play it safe, that we wanted the right pick, the good pick, the right everything. However, you can't do that and make a trade and get screwed in a trade and then, right, so to put it the best way I possibly could is the fact that drafting the guys we did and then not making any moves does seem like the safest option. Is it the best option? Maybe not. Is it the worst option? Most definitely not. But we are somewhere in the middle, which allows us to set up for what's going to be an insane finish to June and then start to July. I think the first week of July we'll be seeing a lot of craziness going on with the Edmonton Oilers. Obviously, maybe a little bit of personnel changes with the scouts and stuff. But as well, you've got guys coming in, coming out in terms of the roster by July 1st as well. So we'll figure out what's going on there. Of course, I forgot to mention yesterday, Toby Reeder and Tyrati, not qualified offers. They'll become UFAs. That closes the book there. That cleans the door. So essentially, to say why I think it was a safe draft, this is the thing, right? Safe draft, we didn't get screwed in a trade. That's number one. No screwy trade, wrecked our draft, and makes us look like idiots. No Peter Chiarelli 2.0 on Ken Holland's first draft in Edmonton. You take Philip Broberg in the first round. Well, guys, that's going to pee off a lot of people, I think. Obviously, I was one. Realistically, once I figured it out and just took a step back after recording that video during the live stream and sat back and realized what was going on with the Philip Broberg pick, it's one we can be disappointed in, but the only reason the Oilers have anything to be disappointed in this pick is the fact that we didn't get Dylan Cousins. That's number one. And with Buffalo taking him at number 7, you can't, right? Caulfield, Zegras, you can say it. But guys, the days of the Oilers counting on their top 10 pick to step into the lineup and produce in the next season have to be gone. Those days have to be over. We can't do it, right? Yes, PRV, Kyler Yamamoto. I mean, back. I mean, look at what an extra year somewhere could have done for Nail Yakupov. We could have evaluated him. We could have changed him, right? There's all those possibilities, but it's all because we had this, for the past 12 years, continued angst to rush our first round draft picks. Yes, okay, Jordan Eberle and a couple guys took their time. Magnus PRV, we took their time. But why do you think Jordan Eberle's a $5.5 million player in the NHL? Magnus PRV, why do you think he's still in the NHL, albeit in a lesser role than what maybe he should have been expected? But it's because you got to take the time. And this is the beauty of the Philip Broberg pick. Dylan Cousins, probably the guy that could have stepped in, no doubt about it in my mind. But Philip Broberg, a guy that you get a chance to work on. And guys, Ken Holland knows what he's got here. If he works on it, he's got a smart offensive defenseman who's very good at skating, who can play defense because A, his size, 6'3", 200 pounds damn near, at 198. And you know what? He's played professional hockey, or pro hockey, or men's hockey, whatever you want to call it, with AIK over in Sweden this year for 41 games. So he's a guy who's adjusted. His rights are owned by Hamilton. It's a chance to develop a high-ceiling player that compares himself to Victor Hedman. He says, I am possible to be Victor Hedman. If you hear that, if you are the Edmonton Oilers and you hear that, you hear a kid saying, I could be the next Victor Hedman, and you go out there and rush him, that's the stupidest thing you could possibly do. However, we've got Ken Holland who's committed to doing it right. And if you're Ken Holland and you like your Swedish defenseman, I don't need to mention that Hall of Fame name. I really don't. You guys know where I'm going with that. It's clear. The path is clear with the number one pick in the first round for us. 8th overall, Philip Broberg. Now, you look at Raphael Lavoie, and this guy is just as much of a beauty as we got out of Broberg, guys. This is absolutely insane for the Oilers. A guy who should have probably been in the 20s, early 20s, in the NHL entry draft in Vancouver this weekend. Well, guess what? He ends up going to us at 38th overall, and now this is the part and parcel of the Broberg pick. If you are peed off about the Broberg pick, and you're still saying, oh my God, the Oilers are the biggest losers of the draft, we screwed up, goddamn Holland, nothing changes, screw this, I'm done being a fan, you obviously didn't watch today's draft where we drafted Raphael Lavoie 38th overall, because this is exactly any qualms with the 8th overall selection of Broberg. This absolutely flatlines. We're good. We're good. We're gold. We're great. We are perfect. These top two picks in tandem, absolutely amazing. I mean, what's the book on Broberg? He's a big power forward who absolutely could change the game for the Oilers if developed right. He's a center right winger. Well, ladies and gentlemen, guess what I'm looking at on that position chart? Right wing, top ceiling, Draisaitl, McDavid, Lavoie. I'm not saying that's what they need to do right now, not next year, not the year after, but that's, guys, if Ilya PRV is good as gone, which he pretty much is, guess what? We've just figured out the next guy who could run rampant with McDavid and Draisaitl a few years from now. Right now, we're in a position we can throw anyone with those two. But by then, you need a fearsome top line. And Raphael Lavoie at 6'4", 198, he should be 220 by the time he steps into the NHL. Guys, there is no doubt in my mind that this is exactly where the Oilers' heads are at. Not just because he fell to them, but because of the positional need down the line. Number 3, round 3 pick. This is a good one as well. Ilya Konovalov. Tough one. I know I'm terrible with my Russian, terrible with my Ukrainian, terrible with everything, and that's where my history originates from, in the Ukraine and Austria area. So for Konovalov, there we go, see, nailed it, had to take it slow. He played in Lokomotiv of the KHL last year. Guys, this guy has played 52 games in the KHL and absolutely been unreal. A $156, 933 in his first 7 games in 17-18. Then last year, 45 games played, 189, 930. Well, guess what? Those numbers sound pretty familiar to Mikko Koskinen, yes. However, this kid is only 20 years old. The only way to go up is up. And that's the beauty of this. He set some high standards, but now you get him over there in Lokomotiv Yaroslavl. And unfortunately, fortunately, not messed up. This is the way that the Oilers go around in circles no matter how hard we try. The head coach of Lokomotiv next year is none other than Craig McTavish. Okay. But Bob Green very neatly in his interview post-draft said, no, that wasn't the plan. No. And obviously, by round 3, you can't say that is the plan. By round 3, it's a crapshoot as to what's happened in the first 2.5 rounds. So, Konovalov, well, let's just hope Mac T knows how to coach a goaltender that should be coming over in 2 years' time. Now, I didn't catch what Bob Green had to say about Matai Blumel, and I'm just going to pronounce this for myself. Matai Blumel, that's all I got. Left winger, 6 foot, 198. That's your height. He's 19 years old, from Tabor, Czech Republic. And I mean, he played in the USHL the past 2 years, 18 points in 50 games, 17-18, and then 60 points in 18-19. He is going off to, where is he committed to? I think, I don't know where he's committed. He's committed to a school, where is it? Right there, University of Connecticut, so we won't see him for a couple years. And then you've got Tomas Mazzara another, well, Czech Republic kid who is committed to Providence College, 54 points in 37 games with Kimball Union Academy. I almost botched that, saved it last second. In the USHS Prep, United States Hockey School Prep. So another kid that, well, we won't see for quite a few years, but that's not the worry here, guys. Again, safe, play it safe, develop him slow. And then you've got in the 7th round, Maxim Denezhkin. And this kid, well, he's another Russian. So essentially we went with 1 Canadian and 5 Europeans. This is a bold, risky strategy, I'd say, but you know what Ken Holland's history is with Russians, Swedes, and a bit of Czech Republics as well. So, well, Philip Broberg, Matai Blumel, and Tomas Mazzara. And here's the thing, interesting side note about Broberg before I wrap this all up and say that making no trades probably makes this as safe as it could have possibly been, is the fact that Broberg uses one of our friend of the channel's thumbnails as his header on Twitter. That is Lego Rocks. You gotta go check them out. I can do these free shoutouts, but if you don't go, it doesn't count. You gotta go over there, check out what Lego Rocks' draft coverage has been. There was lots of great draft coverage this weekend, lots of trade coverage due to the trades between Carolina, Toronto, New Jersey, and Nashville, Toronto and Tampa and Vancouver, guys. A crazy weekend. The Oilers stand pat, but I'm saying safe for now. But just watch out. She's about to get nuts. This next, well, we're on the 22nd. We've got 9 days in which craziness is about to happen. The other side thing that we have to get to is the Oilers development camp, and I'll just give you that date because I'd like to make sure. I think it starts actually on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Regardless, where is it? Come on, someone's got to have it. Well, anyway, and nothing is there. Nobody wants to have anything, so can't find anything on Twitter. The Oilers development camp coming up this week. We'll be re-signing some players. Obviously, Jujhar Khaira, I think, is safe now to be re-signed, and we'll find out what ends up happening with the cap. Guys, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning into the breakdown. I hope I broke it down as clearly as I could from what I understood. I'm terrible with prospects. Edmonton Future Watch is your guy you want to be following. Matt Mossowich on Twitter is who you want to follow if you want anything to know about the Oilers prospects. At EDM Future Watch on Twitter, guys. That's another shout out. See, I'm just a walking ads man today. I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. I will catch you guys, as always, in the next one.